I sure am. For today's workout, you're going to need a bench. You're going to need a towel if you have a ceramic floor or hardwood surface. If not, don't worry about it. I will give you options. If you don't have dumbbells, you're going to need to fill a garbage bag with a grocery bag with cans or with books, anything that's going to make it a little bit heavier. If you have an exercise band, I want you to grab an exercise band. Again, if you don't have one, don't worry, I'm going to give you options. And then the last thing that you're going to need is a yoga mat if you need that for your back when we're doing core. I want you to get warmed up, so I want you to do a couple of minutes of things like jumping jacks, high knees, running on the spot, leg swings, butt kicks, arm circles. Just do that for a couple of minutes, get warmed up. The other thing you're going to need to do is I'm going to need you to set a timer. You're going to be working for 40 seconds. You're going to rest for 20 seconds. And you're going to keep going. You have 3 exercises to do. At the end of those 3 exercises, I want you to set your timer, and I'll show you at the end how to do that. I want you to set your recovery in between each round for anywhere between 30 to 60 seconds. So it's going to depend on where you're at fitness-wise. Obviously, the shorter the recovery, the harder the workout's going to be, the longer, the easier it's going to be. Got it? Okay, ready for exercise number 1. You're warmed up, you're ready to go. I said exercise number 1, I really meant circuit number 1. There are 3 exercises. Your first exercise that you're going to be doing for 40 seconds, you have the option, if you want, of holding your grocery bag full of cans, not your garbage bag. Or you can obviously do it without any extra resistance. We're going to be doing a split squat, so we know elevating that back foot. We want to make sure that we're hinging at the hip and dropping down. And I want you, if you are using that resistance, to hold it in the same hand as the leg you're working. So you're going to do your first leg for 40 seconds. You're going to rest for 20 seconds. And then you're going to switch arms, switch legs, if you're using that bag or that dumbbell. Remember, your goal is to get to 90 degrees with that front leg, keeping that chest tall, keep those abs braced, and you're just doing that for 40 seconds. Then you get 20 seconds of rest before you go into your second exercise, which is going to be a donkey kick into a plank, and then you're going to thrust your legs forward. And I'm going to give you options. So, if you did my every minute on the minute EMOM workout, you're going to recognize this exercise. If you haven't, don't worry about it, we're doing it again. So I want you to start in a plank position, shoulders over top of your wrists. You are going to jump your feet to the outside of your hands. From here, you're going to kick your legs up and back into a plank and come forward. So on an angle, I'm not going to hit that bench. You're going to jump your legs up and out and come forward. You're going to keep going for 40 seconds. If that is too much, you always have the option of just walking your legs forward and backwards. So the goal is to come into a very low squat at the front of that exercise. Your third exercise, after doing that for 40 seconds and your rest for 20 seconds, is going to be an isometric squat and a wide row. So you're going to take your band and you're just going to hook it around something nice and low. You're going to come into a low squat. I want your palms to face the ground, and then you're going to roll those elbows wide, squeeze between the shoulder blades, and extend. So you're going to hold that squat for 40 seconds, and you're going to row. If you don't have a band, you are just going to do a wall sit. So all that means is you're going to find a wall, and you're going to sit down, keep your chest against the wall. I don't think you're going to see the wall. If I do that, it's okay. I think you know what I'm talking about. Or if you want, you can just hold a squat. You can add a little bit of a pulse and do that for 40 seconds. But like I said, your other option is just to do a wall sit for the 40 seconds. At the end of those 3 exercises, depending on how you set your timer, you're resting for 30 seconds to 60 seconds. You're going to repeat those 3 exercises 2 more times. That's right, 3 sets this time. For circuit number 2, you're going to need your dumbbell or your grocery bag full of cans. You're going to need your bench. You're going to need a towel. Got it? Okay. So you've rested anywhere between 60 to 90 seconds this time between your circuits. You're going to grab that bag or that dumbbell in your first exercise. You're going to decide what foot you want to lead with, your right or your left, same arm, same leg. You're going to step onto your bench or your chair and up, lead down with that same leg. And we're just going to keep going here for 40 seconds. Make sure when you're stepping on the bench that you're getting your heel all the way on to make sure you activate your glutes. Rest for 20 seconds, and then you're going to lead and do your opposite leg. Your second exercise is a diamond push-up. So that means you're going to be making your hands into a diamond, and the goal is going to be for that diamond to hit you in the middle of the chest. You can use a towel for your knees if you need to. So from your toes, you make that diamond position, lead with that chest, down as deep as you can, and push up, down and up for 40 seconds. From your knees, you are here. Sound good? So a little bit more emphasis, or she should say a lot more emphasis, on your triceps for that exercise. And then your third exercise is going to be a plank rock back. The towel is going to go underneath your toes. You're going to be in a high plank position. So again, shoulders over top of your wrist. Abs are braced, glutes are nice and tight. And all you're going to do here is you're going to push those legs back as far as you can without dropping your hips. And then you're going to pull yourself forward, bringing those shoulders back over top of your wrists again. You can obviously do this from your knees as well if it's too much from your toes. And pull forward. Don't let those hips collapse. The other thing that I don't want is when you get back here, don't pull your bum, push your bum up into the air. If all of that is still too much for you, you obviously have your option of a plank from your elbows and your knees or your toes, or a high plank from your knees or your toes. Or if you want, you can also walk those legs. Anything in that plank position for 40 minutes. I've given you lots of variety. Again, 3 exercises, 40, 20. You know the drill, 30 to 60 seconds of rest at the end of the 3 exercises before you repeat 2 more times. You have 1 more circuit. That is it. Your final exercise. Jokes! You got 3 more exercises in your 3rd circuit. You're going to need that bag or that dumbbell one last time. I'm going to give you a couple of options. You're going to be doing a single leg deadlift with a row. If you are super short like me, I'm going to give you an option to make it a little bit more challenging. So you're going to go same arm, same leg again. Making sure with your deadlift, we want to hinge from the hip first. We want to keep that back nice and straight. We want to think about pushing that chest through. So in that single leg deadlift, you're going to hinge from the hip. And here, you're going to roll that up. This time your palm is facing in. And I want you to think about your elbow just grazing past those ribs. Pull that shoulder blade across. You're going to do that for 40 seconds on one leg, and then you're going to switch and do 40 seconds on the other leg, obviously after you rest for 20 seconds. I'm going to give you an option if you are short like me, and that range of motion isn't very great in terms of tipping forward before the bag hits. If you have a dumbbell, you're going to be fine. Here is your other option. I hope you can see me. This is also going to use a lot more core activation. Going to challenge you because of the balance. You're going to stand on your chair or stand on your bench. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to notice I switched arms and legs. You're going to hinge from the hip over. Now I can get deeper into that deadlift, and I'm going to row up here. Be careful when you're rowing, of course, that you don't fall off that bench. Exercise number 2, you're going to go back to that band if you have it, and you're going to be doing a jump squat You're going to start at the bottom, you're going to do a jump squat, you're going to come up, and you're going to row, and you're going to keep going. So you obviously have the option of not having that jump. If you don't have a band, you're going to just do straight squat jumps here. And again, if that's too much, just take it to a squat. It's your workout. You're going to do what you can for those 40 seconds. Your last exercise is going to be a V-sit bicycle. And again, I'll give you some options to make it a little bit easier. So your V-sit, your chest is nice and tall, fingertips by your ears, and you're going to bicycle, staying in that V-sit, keeping that chest up. Don't let your body collapse in and round out through that lower back. If that is too much, you can obviously take it to a bicycle on the ground, and if that's still too much, just plant your feet on the ground and switch. Just lift that leg towards that opposite elbow. So remember, we want to lead with the shoulder, not with the elbow. As soon as we lead with the elbow, we're only using our shoulders and not using our obliques. That is it. Those are your final 3 exercises. No finisher today. Again, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. You're going to do that for your 3 exercises. At the end of the 3rd exercise, you take the rest that you want, that 30 to 60 seconds. And like I said, I'm going to show you an example of how to get that timer set up. See you next time.